I could smell a good phone from a mile away. Great specs, great price, extremely affordable. And the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 Lite is one of those phones. Like seriously. I have seen the pictures on this. It is one sexy device, really good looking, and also one of the biggest batteries I have ever seen on a phone, even way bigger than the Redmi Note 9 lineup. And it's even packing the best camera sensor on a mid-range device. That is the Sony IMX 686 sensor. That's right, it's right here, 64 MP. It's actually priced pretty much the same as the Realme 6 Pro. They have the same price. But judging from the specs, it looks like the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 Lite is looking to be the better deal, if you ask me. But hey, it's too early to tell. Let us first check out the phone. And without further ado, let the unboxing begin. No. Okay, so here we go. Man, what a big black box this is. Mi Note 10 Lite. That's right, this is the Lite version of the Xiaomi Mi Note 10. Oh, looky here. With easy access to the Google apps you use the most. Like why? Why would you mention that? Well, I actually know what that means. It's a direct jab to Huawei. Because Huawei phones does not have Google apps and this has it. Nice one, Xiaomi. Okay, so here are the specs that I got here. 664. And my color is Nebula Purple. Let me just open this up. Ooh, wow. Look at them curves. It kind of looks like the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 at the front. But at the back, it looks like the Huawei P40. Now I get it. The shade. Let me just check what else is in the box. That's funny. The mini box is under the phone. Inside you get the SIM ejector pin, a very thick user guide, and the warranty card. Why is this so thick? Oh, different languages. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this is the global version, and that is why we have the Google apps. And I think that's the main reason why they put this description right here. Okay, so you get the jelly case, which is pretty regular. I highly suggest you get a better one from Rinky, Milken. I'm pretty sure Capdays or Spigen does not support Xiaomi products, well, except the flagship ones, I guess. Or do they? Here's the USB Type-C cable, and yes, the 30-watt charger. And you need an adapter for this, because it's global. And here's the phone. Let me just slip this off. Oh my god. Now that looks like a Huawei phone. No, seriously, it definitely looks like the Huawei P40. And here's the Huawei Nova 7i. And as you can see, the design is pretty much the same. Look at that. And the camera, that is the Huawei P40, my friends. Yes, they are really hitting on Huawei with this phone. But that's not a bad thing, because Huawei devices are exceptionally good looking. For me, it looks really premium, really expensive. Just a wonderful looking phone. Although the shape and size is pretty much the same as the Mi Note 10. Them curves right here is very symmetrical to the curves at the front. That is very Mi Note 10 like. And if I were to briefly describe it, it would be a combination of the Huawei P40 and the Xiaomi Mi Note 10. I really like it. And when you touch it for the first time, you're gonna say to yourself, wow, that is a very expensive looking phone. But it's not, it's only $300 or 16,000 pesos. The great news is this is Gorilla Glass 5, both the back and the front, which means they are scratch resistant. And also a fingerprint magnet, as you can see. Also, I kinda noticed that the back is completely flat. There is no camera bump. Oh right, that's good news. Especially if it's sitting on a flat table, it's not gonna rock. Remember the Mi Note 10? That had a big camera bump. This one, it's flat. Look at that. You're not gonna feel any cameras on your fingers, especially when you're playing like this on landscape. How are they able to do this? That's impressive. Now, even though it has a flat back, the edges or corners are rounded. Rounded here, rounded there. And when it sits right on your hand, it feels so comfortable. Very ergonomic. It is perfect for texting one-handed, just like this, or scrolling on Facebook. Very nice. I gotta say, this is actually the perfected design of the Xiaomi Mi Note 10. This should have been the Mi Note 10. One thing though, the phone is quite heavy. Well, it should be because it has a big battery, 5,260 milliamperes. Plus, it has a metallic body, so yeah, it's both premium and ergonomic. And I don't care if it's copying Huawei in any way. It's totally okay. Okay, so what you see here is just the camera 1, 2, 3, 4 quad rear camera setup. That is 64MP, Sony IMX 686. It also has an 8MP ultra wide angle lens, 2MP macro lens, and a 5MP depth sensor. So wow, incredible. Also, you do get Not one, but 4 LED flashes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. AI quad camera, 64 MP. Down here is the Xiaomi logo, plus some extra text. That means it's a global version. The China ones does not have this mess. And oh, good news, you get a headphone jack. Now that's what I'm talking about. And USB Type-C port, microphone, and the loudspeaker. Up here you get the IR blaster. That is a Xiaomi signature move, plus an extra microphone, noise cancelling. At the right side you get the power button and the volume rockers. And oops, I forgot about the SIM tray, still at the right side. And there you go. Oh no, that is a bummer. No micro SD card slot for expandable storage, unfortunately. Only a dual nano SIM card slot. So yes, go buy the 128 version, because the 64 gigabytes is just not enough, especially if you're gonna use this for camera work. Now, what about the display? I'm happy to tell you that this is a great display. That is a 6.47-inch 1080p AMOLED display with HDR10 support. Very nice. Now, I think this is the same exact display as the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 with the curves, as you can see. And also the notch, also the same, which is actually good news, because this is a lot cheaper than the Xiaomi Mi Note 10. This is the most affordable curved display phone on the market. Like, wow, check that out. It'll make things a lot more immersive. The content is just looking so good with this display. It's like it's overflowing at the sides. And look at them bezels. So thin. Man, this is a sexy phone. And I can't emphasize enough how affordable this thing is. Like, finally, a display of this caliber at this price range. Thank you so much, Xiaomi. But the thing is, if you're looking for a high refresh rate screen, well, this phone does not have it. As you can see, it's only 60 Hz. If you're looking into a phone that has a high refresh rate, then the Realme 6 Pro has that. And it's about the same price as the Mi Note 10 Lite. So there you go. But I guess high refresh rates are not that important to you. Well, actually, I find it very impressive to have a waterfall display at this price range. I mean, this is as low as you can get to get this kind of tech. I mean, browsing is okay. It's pretty fast and smooth, although not as smooth as the Realme 6 Pros. Still a great experience, maybe because of the extra curves at the sides. Oh, by the way, this is the Antutu benchmark score on the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 Lite. Now, in terms of performance, it's not much faster than last year's Redmi Note 8 Pro, but still, that's a very good number, and it's not meant to trump the Redmi Note 8 Pro. Certainly not in the speed department. And when it comes to Mobile Legends gaming, oh my god, this certainly surprised me. It's already got ultra graphics, HFR mode, shadows, the works. Gotta say, the optimization for Xiaomi phones with Mobile Legends has been very good as of late. Okay, so here's the thing. In terms of performance, it's pretty okay, but I do experience some frame drops here and there if there's too many things going on the screen. As you can see, it's kind of lagging a bit. This has got to be an optimization issue. They need to further update this phone to give you the best Mobile Legends experience. And yes, right now, I could really feel that slowdown, especially during clashes and even farming. Look at that. Okay, they need to update that. That's a slowdown right there. But in terms of overall visuals, this is a great looking game. I mean, it's much more enhanced by that beautiful AMOLED display. I mean, look at it. Now here's the thing, if you have an AMOLED display and you're playing Mobile Legends, it's going to look really, really good. Colors are just more vibrant, blacks are blacker. I can assure you, if you're coming from a Redmi Note 8 or 8 Pro, this is going to be a much better experience. And of course, that waterfall display is looking good. It just adds so much more immersion to the game because the content is stretched all the way to the sides. Yes, there you go. Part of the game is actually at the edge of the display. Now the big question is, are the buttons registering? Well, I'm happy to tell you that it is, so that is good news. And look at this, Call of Duty, very high settings, very high frame rates. And here's the graphics on Call of Duty, look at that, looking beautiful. Gotta tell you, this is the best gaming experience you will ever get on a mid-range device. And no, Realme 6 Pro, it's not even a contest because the Realme 6 Pro only has high refresh rate and it doesn't work on games. What this provides you is a better display, especially for gaming. For one thing, it's AMOLED, and just like what I told you, it's much more immersive thanks to that waterfall display. Now what about the sounds? Well, it's not that loud, not that boomy either, but it's safe to say it's very clear. And it lacks some bass, so oh well. Now in PUBG, it can only handle HD graphics and high frame rates, as you can see. Well, that's a bummer. Well, it's a good thing we have the GFX tool to unlock everything. HDR, extreme frame rates, anti-aliasing, and this is what it looks like. And boy oh boy can it handle the game this smoothly. Wow, how is it able to do this? Oh my god. Okay, I'm actually very impressed with its performance. And I can tell you right now that this phone is a powerful smartphone which can run PUBG at this level. There are just some optimization issues, especially in Mobile Legends. I hope they can fix that because a lot of people are playing that game, especially here in the Philippines. You just cannot have frame drops in Mobile Legends when there are clashes. Please, Moontune, get it fixed right now, or else I'm gonna jump to Wild Rift. Come on, make it happen. Now before we go to the cameras, let me just get this out of the way. Okay. So yeah, the phone does come with Google Apps, which was mentioned in their box. So it's pretty clear if you want a Huawei looking device that has Google Apps, then Xiaomi has got you covered. Great job, Xiaomi. Now clearly the main attraction on this phone is its powerful cameras. And as you can see, the photos look really amazing on this phone. Close to DSLR-like photos. The color is also just right, almost close to the real thing. I just like how the software makes everything look pretty clean and good looking. Also, just look at the sharpness on this thing. This is so far from what the Redmi Note 9 phones are offering right now. Man, look at those details on the flower. So much was just retained. And the dynamic range was also impressive in balancing out the lighting. There were still so much detail in the brightest and darkest parts of the image. I find it really amazing for this price range. I would even dare to say that this image quality is better than what the latest iPhone is offering right now. This is simply a flagship camera on a mid-range device. Say for example, in low light, here is the Mi Note 10 Lite, side by side with the Realme 6 Pro, both with the same pricing, and as you can see in terms of getting details and sharpness in low light, the Mi Note 10 Lite just gets it here. And as you can see, the Realme 6 Pro just bumps up the brightness, contrast, and saturation a little bit so that it looks good in low light. But essentially, you get a much better looking image with the Mi Note 10 Lite. Now, come to the video part. As you can see, at 1080p at 30 frames per second, it looks really stable, although it does feel robotic sometimes, and there's a slight jitter right here and there. And of course, you lose that stabilization in 1080p at 60 FPS. I would not recommend walking with this frame rate. But you know what? I was super surprised that it supported stabilization at 4K 30 FPS. That's right, 4K 30 FPS on this phone is possible, and it looks really great. Now, Xiaomi has put a lot of camera features on this, and it's just too much to cover in this video. And I must say, just like its big brother, the Mi Note 10, it is an impressive phone, design-wise and camera-wise, and of course the display. In fact, for $16,990 or $18,990, this is just too powerful if you ask me. It's got everything that you will need on a mid-range device. And it even has flagship features just like an AMOLED curved display, DSLR-like cameras, and a flagship design. Plus a big battery, which is actually the biggest in this segment. Now, the only thing that's holding it back, it's performance with Mobile Legends. It's not that good. Although it does support ultra graphics, you did see frame drops. That was just a portion of it. Most of the time, I experienced it pretty much all over the game, even the home screen. Well, that's a bummer. I hope they fix that because the Realme 6 Pro has no issues with performance in Mobile Legends. But technically, that is the only advantage to Realme 6 Pro over the Mi Note 10 Lite. Plus, better vlogging capabilities because of the selfie camera, I guess. And this only has one camera? Well, we'll have to see. If you want to see a comparison between these two, all you need to do is subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss that upcoming comparison. This is Vince the Maker from TechBeans, and I'll see you on the next video.